to find the prime factorization of a number, we want to break that number down until it is only in its prime form, and then we'll put it in exponents. So we're going to start with an easy one, remembering that our prime numbers include 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, so on. Usually you don't see more higher than that just at this level, but those are all prime numbers because they cannot be multiplied or divided by anything. I'm sorry, they can't be divided by anything other than themselves and 1. So we'll start with an easy one. We'll just start with 8. Okay, so the number 8, to do prime factorization, I'm going to create a factor tree. So I'm going to split 8 apart by 2 factors. So I know that 4 times 2 is 8. I'm going to put a 4 and a 2. And then I'm going to look at these two numbers, and 4 is not prime because it can still be divided down. 2, however, is. The only thing that it can be divided by now is 2 and 1. So that's itself and 1. So it's prime, so I'm going to go ahead and circle that. 4 can still be divided into 2 times 2. Since those are both 2's now, those are prime. And I would circle them, and my factor tree is done. Now to write this in our exponential form, I'm going to write 2 as my base, and because I have 1, 2, 3 of them, I'm going to write 2 to the third power. So 8 is equal to the prime factorization of 2 to the third power, because if we went ahead and multiplied that out, it would be 2 times 2 times 2, which would get us 8. So if we try another one a little bit harder, let's try 56. So I know 56 is I can multiply 7 times 8 to get 56. 7 is prime, so I'm going to circle that. 8, we just did 8, so I can kind of just follow that same path of doing 4 and 2. 2's prime. 4 breaks down to 2 times 2. So now when I break it apart, I have 2 to the third power, and I'm going to multiply that by 7, because that was one of my prime numbers. So 56 would be equal to 2 to the third power times 7. And let's go ahead and do one more, a little bit harder. We're going to do 153. Now this one can be hard to start because you don't necessarily know what it's divisible by, but because I know my divisibility rules, if I add these up, 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 3 is 9, and that's divisible by 3, that means this number is divisible by 3. So I'm going to go ahead and say that it's divided by 3, and if I do 3 times 51, I would get 153. 3 is a prime number, so I'm going to go ahead and circle that. 51, even though it looks prime, again, if I add 5 plus 1, that's 6, which is divisible by 3, so this is divisible by 3. And it's going to be 3 times 17. These are now both prime. So 153 would be written as 3 to the second power. Oops, sorry, we're coming off the camera. 3 to the second power times 17.